Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first podcast episode. It is Oddverb. My on-air sign is on. I had to make sure. I'm Robo.
I'm Double Decker.
And I am Kenneth Chaos. Hello.
We have a big, fun time planned for you guys. And I think the first thing on our list is to talk about is Easter. Easter's right around the corner, guys. What do you think?
Well, I mean, with this quarantine, and festivities are sort of on the fence. My mom is actually cooking for tomorrow, but it's actually supposed to storm, ice storm, really bad down here. So,
We're supposed to get snowy rain up here apparently on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, right? Me and Brett live in the same area. Mackie lives in Tennessee.
Yeah, I do.
Well, as far as my family goes, I don't know if we're going to celebrate it indefinitely this year. We've just been, we didn't even think about it. It's been just hectic. My mom's working from home. I'm laid off. Ben's essential, so he's gone every day.
Yeah.
We didn't really do an egg hunt for the kids this year, my little brother and sister.
Yeah, it's crazy around these times. Shoot.
I did hear Brett there's I don't remember which church it was, but they're doing roadside basket handouts or some shit.
Oh, no kidding. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's good for the
I'll have
kids.
to take my little brother down there.
Yeah. Have a little fun with the kiddies, give them a little Easter basket and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
We might do it next week. I mean, it's the weekend. We get the kids this weekend.
Mm.
Well, the next week. So we'll probably do something with them then, maybe. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah.
As long as you're all together, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, Easter. Yeah, a lot of people think Easter's bullshit. It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible. Fucking Hallmark.
Anything to make money.
Yeah, everything's about money these days, I think, honestly.
It is. $20, bud.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
I mean, throughout history, it's kind of been about money. I mean, after trading was sort of, what's the word? Considered obsolete.
Yeah, but especially for me, recently, especially, I feel like holidays, especially the bigger ones, have meant more to me than they ever would have. This year, I put up Christmas decorations. I put up Thanksgiving decorations actually this year too. 2019. I put up Thanksgiving decorations. We have a fucking fake stuffed turkey kind of thing that we put on one of our tables, and fall leaves and pumpkins and stuff. We decorate for Halloween. We decorate for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. We usually decorate for Easter, but we didn't this year.
Yeah. With everything going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane.
What about Leif Erikson Day?
What the fuck?
I'm really fun.
I'm lost on this one.
That's a SpongeBob reference. You don't remember it's Leif Erikson Day.
Leif Erikson Day. Dargadar, Lihoini moi. Limoini noi noi. Leedle.
Oh my god.
Oh, such a great show.
Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. For those of you who don't know, all of our inspiration for this podcast goes. We have to shout out these podcasts because we wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for these guys. I think the first one on the list is Drinking Bros podcast.
Oh yeah.
Brett's a big fan of them, and now I'm a big fan of them. The whole Range 15, Ross Patterson, the Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Oh yeah.
They're all good. The songs that they make, they're funny guys. Like
They are. Their whole thing is just they don't really care about the money. They just want to make people laugh. No matter laugh,
kind of like
happy,
us.
whatever. They
Kind of like us.
just like they just do whatever they feel like. I mean, I remember when I first found Drinking Bros, I was like, all right, Drinking Bros, I like that because it was right around the time I turned 21.
Yeah, we
And
like drinking.
And the episode I listened to was an hour and a half of them just sitting there talking shit, having a good time, drinking. It was just a blast. I said, I like this. I want to be a part, or do this. And ever since then, I've been following them. I mean, at work, I download episodes and I go to work and I listen to them all night because some nights nobody even comes in, so it's just me.
Do they actually sell coffee? Like, I'm actually curious.
The Drinking Bros podcast doesn't. You gotta do it through Black Rifle, but their coffee is the best.
I gotta try it sometime because I'm a big fan of coffee.
Definitely, I'll hook you up with
coffee. All right, sweet. Another podcast, and it's big for me because I've known it ever since I was like in middle school. Is the Hollywood Babylon with Ralph Garvin and Kevin Smith. I had no idea what these two guys are. I just stumbled it up on YouTube one day, and I listened to it. And like, these guys are fucking hilarious. This is what I want to do. I want to be funny for people. Like, these guys are hilarious. They talk about Hollywood shit, movies, music. They have all kinds of skits and whatnot that they do on it. They talk about they have segments, Tinseltown Stiffs, where they talk about famous people who have died that week, and they give their tribute and they say their their piece and say what they're known for. And I think it's nice, Ralph Garman especially, because now I know who Ralph Garman is. He does the Ralph Report. I like him. And then there's Kevin Smith, who is like one of the cult favorite directors. I mean, he's made fucking Mallrats. He's made Yoga Hosers. He's made fucking Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob. He is Silent Bob. That's fucking beautiful. He's directed episodes of The Flash. I'm like, this guy is awesome. I want to be him.
I think he also directed an episode of. I could be wrong. I think it was The Mandalorian.
No, because I actually know, because I heard him on a podcast recently. People have been saying that they want, like, hey, you should direct an episode of this, and he's like, oh, I don't want to fucking touch it. They already got good shit going. I don't want to be the one to fuck it up. He's like in the episode, one of the recent episodes, went on explaining about how he's not the kind of guy that like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on these characters and do something creative. He's kind of he's worked for the CW directing stuff for either the Flash or the Supergirl. I don't think he's ever done anything for the Arrow, but he's the funnier episodes, like as far as I understand, and he's the kind of guy who he likes telling his stories. He's more of he listens to other people's stories. He doesn't really touch anyone else's intellectual property that much, is what I found. And I wish I could say the same, because like, I don't know, I'd like to get my hands on Batman. That would be fun to direct a Batman movie. Fuck yeah, that would be awesome. Like, I want to get to that point someday where I have the opportunity to direct a Batman movie or something. I don't know. Like Spider-Man, like any kind of movie. Like, I'd love to touch some of these characters. It would be great. Yeah. I have a lot of ambition in that field.
I agree with you on that. Like, personally, if I were to like direct a movie or TV show, I'd want to bring back like Static Shock, because it had that sort of slice of life, and I'd like to see how that would like work in modern day. Who would
you cast as Static Shock?
That's a tough one. I really don't know. I have to really sit down and think about that.
It's really hard. Well, I've always been the kind of like person who likes the realer the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're like, that's why I admire method actors especially so much, because they make it as real as they possibly can without breaking any laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can't really shoot someone with a gun in an action movie.
Well,
But
yeah,
you can-
I mean, you can, but it doesn't
Then
end
it
that
would you'd
well.
be arrested. It doesn't work out that way. But between like people actually doing their own stunts to just making it as real as possible, and that's
Oh, yeah.
that's something that's always been important to me.
Practical effects,
Practical effects, like especially the props. Like I want the props to look as real as fucking possible.
Oh yeah.
Which is I like some of your guns because they look like actual guns, but they're not.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And it's just like how Wakan, I can't pronounce his first name. Phoenix played the Joker. He
Joaquin?
actually Joaquin.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Joaquin
you.
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix kind of like starved himself to get the skinny, malnourished person, and he
Oh.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it. I loved the movie. It was a great movie.
It was. It really
was a really good movie. My parents didn't really care for it. They thought it was a little fucking crazy, especially my mom. She's like, yeah. But I'm like, it was kind of a fucking masterpiece in my eyes.
I agree with you. Like it was messed up, but like that's what the Joker is. That's what a lot of people fail to realize. Joker's a messed up person.
Yeah. I saw a tweet one time. It was like, if you familiarize yourself with the Joker in any fucking way, stay the fuck away from me. And then someone posted under that, what if I can be Ciro's Romero's just jokester Joker? He's like, you can stay for now. And it's funny how people portray the Joker. I mean, it's not like Tony Stark where, fucking Robert Downey Jr. I don't think anyone could live up to that fucking potential. Same with Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. I don't think anyone could live up to that potential.
And
I
Deadpool.
disagree with you on the Tony Stark thing. I think the one person who could potentially match that is Leonardo DiCaprio because he can. I think he can pull it off. Personally.
I somehow agree with that just a little bit, but
yeah,
as a younger, like I can see him playing a very young Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But
if anything,
it's difficult.
If anything, put him in like this the Tobey Maguire Spider-Verse, that he's supposed to be coming back. People are speculating. Like if we're
I
be
Tom
doing
Holland.
multiverse.
I really like Tom Holland. I mean, Tom Holland, not only like he's young, he looks young as shit. He looks younger than he actually is. He can do a great actually New Yorker accent.
Yeah.
He actually sounds like he's from New York when he does it. And he's very banterish, like Spider-Man truly is. And he's smart.
And dude in real life parkours for fun. So he's got that.
Yes. He does fucking he did did you hear this, Brett? When he got the audition for Spider-Man, fucking straight up did a fucking backflip in his audition. And they're like, oh fuck, here we go.
Got him.
You all, the rest of you can go home. We got.
If we get a Spider-Man movie where we see both Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire interacting, that'd be pretty
a live action Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude.
But if we're talking about that, we have to include my favorite spider-based superhero, and that is the Scarlet Spider.
Is that that's the one from the animated series where she was in like? She's the one that he went to talk or something?
No, you're probably thinking of Madam Web. The Scarlet Spider.
Yes, Madam Web's the one I'm thinking of. Sorry.
Scarlet Spider is actually a clone of Peter Parker who took on the name Ben Reilly. And he is my favorite character because, his outfit, his style, and his, building up thinking he was Peter Parker and then having to deal with the fact that he was just a clone and then becoming his own person.
You know what I like the best about that movie is that if you read the comics, Penny Parker isn't Japanese at all, but they made her Japanese in the movie. She's like a Japanese girl. Go, Komennasai.
No.
Nani? Nande?
Stop.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
No.
Weeaboo Jones.
What?
No.
Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone. Shout out to Joji.
Okay.
Filthy Frank, everybody.
Oh, I miss Filthy Frank.
I do. Well, I like his new music. Like, he wanted a proper career, not just a career.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I respect him.
You know,
I respect him.
doing one thing for the rest of your life can get kind of tedious. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because, like, as a younger kid, I understand, like, that's hard as a creator, because when you make something that everybody loves and then you get tired of making it and then nobody else likes the other stuff that you do, that's when you have to make a decision. Like, I mean, being a creator, you do what you like. You always have to do what you feel passionate about, but you also got to keep your audience happy. And that's the hard thing between balancing the two.
Yeah, but there's kind of a way to fix that. Before you even come up with like something that's going to be popular, like introduce all this other stuff along with that. Have your hands in multiple baskets.
And that's what I think is the cure for it. For example, if you know epic rap battles of history, we all know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all they'll ever really be known for and be liked for. But as a grown man now, like I grew up watching them and listening to the music, like the battles. And now I like to hear, like, I actually kind of want to listen to more of Epic Lloyd's, more, his other stuff. Like, I mean, I like his other segment too, which is the diss raps for hire.
I love that. Those are good.
But like, he also made a song, and I want to someday make a movie about it and feature that song in it. And it's inspired me so much that I'm like, I want to fucking make a movie out of this. He made a song called Mad Trucker, if you guys ever heard of it.
Yeah.
And it's actually really fucking good. And I'm like, I kind of want to hear more of his just, random fuck around tracks.
Wasn't that based off of a comic?
Well, it's based off a story he fucking was told by a fucking trucker.
Oh.
In the comment, if you read the description, he explains the whole story about how he thought about this and everything. And the next podcast that inspired us, I'll do the next two because they're really inspirational to me and how to do this, is Impulsive and G Club. I remember, especially Impulsive, when a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but I'm actually a Maverick. I like Logan Paul. I'm a big fan. Brett's looking at me like, you fucking douche.
At least we're not gonna film somebody hanging from a tree.
Yeah, well, if we can all forgive and forget as human beings, we can all fucking move on. And like, I watched both of his fights. Like, I spent fucking money to watch both of his fights. I had to watch him lose twice, which was the hardest thing as a fan to do. Fucking, I still fucking hate KSI with a passion. I think he is a loudmouth piece of shit who won't stop talking. He just runs his mouth the whole fucking time, and I hate him for it. I'm actually wearing a Maverick shirt right now. Oh, it's a hoodie. But like, I found out about him around the time when he was feuding with, like, Jake Paul was a big name that's being shouted out at the time, and like Jake Paul, Rice Gum, fucking the Team 10, Beastmaster, whatever the fuck they're called. But like, I actually made a tweet back then tagging all of those fuckers in there. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Which, now that I think back of it, is very fucking pretentious from someone who no one knows the name of. Very fucking pretentious of me. But even still, I caught the feud between him and his brother Logan, and I'm like, okay, Logan's this big brother figure who's like, he's the cool big brother that like doesn't talk as much shit, which we find out it's not entirely true. He talks a lot of shit. I'll be the first to admit that he talks a lot of shit and he doesn't always back it up, but I think he's still a cool guy. And like, I think the content that he makes is fucking entertaining and funny as shit. So when he made his podcast, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to listen to it. And it's actually pretty funny. I think the first interview, they interviewed Riley Reid.
Oh.
Yeah, the porn star.
Oh.
Oh no.
And I think she deep-throated the mic and everything. It was fucking weird as shit. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. And then G Club was I think like a limited podcast from the start, which was Game Grumps, and I've always looked up to the Game Grumps. And from a young age, me and Mackie's like, I want that to be us, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of built Fortune Fiction is around fucking around and then making content and playing video games and just fucking around.
Yeah, man, just having fun.
That's what Fortune Fiction was built on, kind of.
Exactly.
Cheers.
And then this last podcast on the list is Mackie's favorite is My Big Brother.
No,
my brother and me. Sorry.
I love this podcast. I think I found out about them through like Adventure Zone Automatics. Then I actually listened to the and then I listened to the entire story. And then it was somewhere in between there that I started like watching their like stuff like their Yahoo Answers and talking about their lives and stuff. There was this one story they were talking about where a dude went to CC's and ate 22 slices of pizza, and one of the brothers almost said 22 slices isn't a lot of pizza.
It kind of reminds me of like when I lived on base here in Oscoda. Fuck, I already fucking place stamps this place. I lived on base, and I used to go to the parties and food store like every day. I was in middle school, high school-ish. Well, I was in middle school actually, and my mom would work during the night, so I would come home from school and always have the house to myself. And she would leave me money, and I would take a walk all the way to party and food. Because my bike, I didn't really have a bike, and I was in middle school, so I couldn't drive. So I'd always walk, and I'd always get large pizzas, and I'd crush larges daily. Like I would eat a large pizza, the whole fucking pizza, every fucking day. I would crush larges.
When I was on second shift at my job, now I'm on third shift, but on second, we would all order from party and food, and they deliver up to us for free. So we'd have pizzas, burgers, everything, and they're like, tool room, and here we come flooding in. All right, give me my food. And that was like every day of the week. It was pretty great.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's, we've come a long way since when my first introduction to the internet back in elementary school. My first thing that I was on a thing called Papaya. It was called Papaya. And it was like a Facebook type thing, and I only used it to play games and stuff. But like, I think I joined YouTube sometime in 2014. I think. I've been making very cringy content ever since.
You want to talk about cringy content? I can't find it now. But my first video involved like a Star Trek McDonald's toy, a plastic panda, a helicopter transformer, and I think a pink Neopet bunny, right?
Okay.
And I was young at the time, and this was on my dad's YouTube channel. I can't find it anywhere now. I hope to find it again one day and maybe get that channel back. But it was cringy. And at the end I shouted out like NarutoShippuden.com, where you could watch Shippuden on dub.
Yeah.
At the time.
Because at the time dubs weren't entirely popular.
Yeah.
And not all shows were dubbed. Now, like,
Yeah.
everything's in sub and dub. So it's
Yeah.
very convenient for everyone.
Absolutely.
I think there's more convenience in the world today than there ever used to be.
Yeah,
yeah,
but with more conveniences come a lot more inconveniences.
Yeah. And now that I think back to it, we all watch, like, is it fair to say that we all watched Pokemon growing up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot find a Japanese version of the anime at all. Like it almost like it was straight to dub. Like, no, you know how hard it is to find a Japanese dubbing. Not that I like wanted to watch. I just got curious one day. I'm like, every Pokemon clip I ever see is in dub.
I'm sure you could find it, but the lengths you would have to go to, while easy now, would be extensive. You'd probably have to get like NordVPN and set your like stuff to Japan
Yeah.
to get
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're looking for. Which I thought about doing because there's shows like Fillmore and like Get Ed. Get Ed was like, I think, Canadian. I'd like to get a NordVPN to Canada. Watch that.
I don't remember what show it was, but it was like it was on Cartoon Network, I think, or something like that. But it was like a cartoon show where it was like this guy from America becomes a superhero in Japan. So it's almost like a Japanese anime artist animated everything, but there was one American artist that just animated this one guy throughout
Kappa Mikey?
every single one of these episodes.
Was it Kappa Mikey?
I don't know. I no clue. I wouldn't know. Guys, let's talk about Tiger King for a second.
I know nothing about it aside from TikTok memes.
All right, so I watched the first 2 episodes of it yesterday because I didn't want to sound like an idiot when we went to talk about it, because I think we have to talk about it since it's a big thing right now. Brett's finished it, according to Brett, yeah?
Yep. I finished it. I'm about to start my second time through tonight.
All right, so
Because
Brett's always like, how many times did you watch Jurassic Park, Brett? Jurassic World?
In a row, it was 13.
13 times in a row.
And
How
the
do
newest,
you watch them?
when the newest Predator came out, Group 2,
Group
I
2.
saw that 9 times in a row.
Yeah.
Just because I have no life.
Yeah, well, I think it's almost fair to say that Brett spent more money on movie tickets than he has alcohol, and that's saying something.
No. No.
Anyway, I'm gonna say it right now. From the 2 episodes that I have seen, fuck Carol Baskin.
Fuck Carol Baskin. That bitch fucking did that shit.
I completely believe, like, she seems so fake to me. Like,
yeah,
just from a standpoint position, she seems like, I don't know, just she's put on this pedestal, and every picture of her doing like the little volunteer shit, I remember the words that came out of my mouth. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of Karens. Seeing a lot of Karens right now.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Yeah,
Oh, dear
I
Lord.
hate everything. Like, I'm not saying Joe was 100% in the right, but like,
No, yeah, he fucked up.
he did
But
fuck up. But Carol Baskins is a lying piece of shit.
And she murdered her husband.
She murdered her husband. Fuck that bitch, Carol Baskins.
She either fed him to the tigers, or he's in the fucking sewer.
Yeah, so one or the other. And I feel like she's doing more harm to the tigers than
she is. You know, Joe's cages were big and open, and he loved his tigers. And her cages are small.
Yeah,
and everything.
he flew over the spoilers. He flew over like her park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is practically barren.
Oh yeah.
Know?
Oh yeah.
And
it's all about the money for her.
Yeah, I think it was. She just seems like one of those stuck up, I'm right and you're wrong kind of person.
Yeah. Cool cats and kittens.
I'm perfect in every way.
Oh.
Everything about her kind of irks me a little bit.
Oh, dude.
She seems so stuck up and ignorant. as a
Yep.
person. She seems such
She's
such
a
an
bitch.
ignorant person. Fuck that
And
bitch,
that's
Carol
why
Baskin.
I've been making stickers and these little metal things, and I go around and I put them like at work. I put some in the bathroom stalls by the time clock. The other day I left one at Speedway at the air pump, and it's this little metal plaque, and it says "Fuck Carol Baskin."
I liked your Instagram post on it. I always look forward to see it on your Instagram.
Oh,
Excuse
yeah.
me. Let's put it so Mackie can understand too. So because Mackie has an opinion on it. So one reason I don't agree with her either is because like I think like I agree with that one breeder guy, the guy in the cowboy hat with the monkey.
Oh yeah,
And he's breeding
what's his
it.
name?
I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of agree with that to a point where like instead of getting rid of these places that breed it, like if it's an endangered species, yeah, it makes more sense to make more instead of getting rid of the source.
Oh yeah, because there's
I
more
agree.
tigers in captivity than there are in the wild right now.
And I don't think that's necessarily good either. I think we should release a little bit, some of them, so they can like thrive in the wild as well. But like, I think we should continue breeding them as well.
Yeah.
In the places to make sure that they have safe breedings and they grow up okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just I agree with the zookeeper people. Like I do.
Oh yeah, I 100% with them. The animal rights people, Carol Baskin and all them.
And I think it's funny how she pairs up with PETA, and PETA is always this source. I'm going to tell you right now, PETA actually hurts animals more than than anybody else. They claim to be helping, but they're making things worse. Actually.
Yes. 100%. They're all pieces of shit.
Yeah. Fuck PETA.
Fuck them.
I see all these memes on Facebook, and it's all either Tiger King or it's this coronavirus that's going around.
Coronavirus.
It's a COVID-19. What do you think is going to happen for the remainder of this year, Brett? Like
A lot of people are gonna die.
A lot of people are gonna die.
Oh yeah. Thanos 2020.
I think this might blow over temporarily in the summer months, and we might get a little bit more issue going back into winter. But I think by 2021, I think that's when we're finally gonna get out of it, and we're all just gonna.
I agree.
As soon as 2021 hits, we're gonna live the rest of it out, and we're gonna have a big, Great Gatsby statewide party.
And I'm gonna host it. Tony Zerilli is gonna take care of y'all. Okay.
If anything, the person who should host it is Gatsby himself.
Somebody call Leo DiCaprio.
Exactly.
Well, you got to get him off his yacht first.
I'll never let go, Jack.
No, that's not okay.
Yeah, there's definitely more room on that float.
Yeah, that's a big ass door. Okay, but
they could have spooned or something.
It is a big door, but I also thought about this weight limit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That door was pretty thick too.
She was already pretty heavy.
So was Rose.
So was Rose. And then she also had a baby in her, so
Oh yeah.
If I had the choice between saving myself and saving my legacy, my child's gonna live before me.
Oh yeah.
Wholeheartedly. Yeah, I see this thing last until the end of summer, possibly to the beginning of winter.
I hope it ends before summer, dude.
Yeah, I hope so too, but I'm not. My hopes aren't very high.
Yeah, because people won't stay the fuck in their houses.
Yeah, fucking Matt and Day.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't put a damper on my travel plans this September.
I was supposed to go see the Tigers play this year, but that ain't gonna fucking happen.
I'm not even gonna be able to go out to fucking. You know what I want to do for my birthday? I want to
What's
go to
that?
fucking Big Boys. That's not gonna happen for me.
Oh, bro,
I'm not
yes.
gonna be able to go to Big Boys this year. I feel it in my bones. Not gonna be able to go to Big Boys. I really want some spaghetti. Okay, butter noodles I want some butter noodles at Big Boy, and that's not gonna happen this year.
Ooh, I want that Belgian waffle with the strawberries and the whipped cream.
Oh, what did we eat last time we were there?
Exactly that. I had blueberry waffles, and you had the butter noodles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was like right before it closed too. You could tell they were pissed.
Oh yeah. Like, oh fuck, more people.
Not these dickheads.
Yeah. Oh boy, just what a time to be alive.
Indeed.
What a time to be alive. People are dying. It's the worst thing since the bubonic plague from the 1920s. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think there's some, because I'm a firm believer in fate and universe and, you know, karma and stuff like that. And like, I don't think this is a coincidence at all. Once it's the 20s of the century, it's, you know,
there's some shady shit
there's
going
on. There's some spiritual shit behind it. 1720s, 1620s, 1820s, 1920s, and now the 2020s.
Fucking wild, man.
I bet you I always joked that because it's the new Roaring 20s is what my whole big thing was about, and
oh yeah,
almost immediately everything put a damper on everything that I planned this year as far as acting like we were in the 1920s. Having parties and drinking wine and shit like that I had planned for the rest of us.
The funny thing is, everybody still did that. They didn't care. They just lived life.
I made that theory, that connection. You know why people still had parties? If you've noticed, they were the rich people. They could afford the good medicine for the bubonic plague.
You have that's a good point. That is a great point.
Look, like it's straight up like all the rich people got together, not like the poor people were probably suffering. We never got to see that side of the 1920s. It's always the glorified Great Gatsby parties that we all know and love, you know. It's the beautiful rich people that were the golden age of mafias, you know, the Italian mob, the prohibition, you know, the electric swing, jazz, you know. It was all good. But like I like to joke that the 1930s, which was the Great Depression, it'll be the new Great Depression. It'll be the great emo phase again. Like everybody's gonna go
no.
Pass.
No.
Not us,
Absolutely
but like a lot
not.
of people will go back on their emo phase.
Ugh.
But it looks like we're gonna
Scary
have I don't think we'll have a depression. I think we'll have a recession. It's a lot less, to a lesser degree. We are losing stocks. Financially, the world isn't doing too well right now.
No.
History repeats itself because nobody learns the first time.
What is there to learn, though? This disease
something
came
we're
out of
missing.
nowhere. What is there to learn? Are we
Obviously
capable of
something we're
learning it?
missing. Probably not. Not right now. I don't think. Maybe. There's got to be some.
There's so many theories coming out, like biblical theories, especially like one is like, you know, maybe God's cleaning house a little bit. There's a joke that from a comedian that I like, and it's like it's about, you know, stupid people and like dumb kids, and Where'd Brett go? Oh,
I
shoot.
think his phone might have died.
Oh, no.
That's okay. We can keep going.
No. This is bad.
It's okay. Things like
First
this happen.
podcast, and we're already fucking up.
No, it's all right. Things like this have setbacks. It's all good. Either that or his internet dropped. You never know.
Here we go. We're in the middle of a recording, and shit always has to go wrong.
You know, first, things don't always go right the first time.
I hope his phone didn't die.
That would
I
be
hope
bad.
he was smart enough to charge it before this whole thing went out. Jesus Christ. Hold on, I gotta text him.
Okay, you do that.
His phone overheated.
His phone overheated. Well, that's gonna be 20 minutes.
20 minutes that we don't have.
Yeah, we can carry on for 20 minutes. It's not that bad. I mean, like, shoot. We talk about what was going on, what we were doing before everything was closed. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't doing much. You know,
I'm messaging him real quick though.
All right.
There's a big possibility that we can relapse here.
In other news,
In other news,
do you have any upcoming plans for your like YouTube?
just there's nothing I can really do much other than what we can do. Like I really want to do these skits that I've been writing, but we can't meet up in real life.
You're right. I'm personally trying to put some costumes together so that I can start implementing my characters into my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the best way I could describe it is kind of like an old school sort of what's his face? What's his name? Shane Dawson, like old school Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm currently putting an 80s look together.
An 80s look?
Yeah. Because like.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're back on track.
Because like right now, cosplay is like really popular, especially on like places like TikTok. Like everybody's like cosplaying, everybody loves it.
All right. I just want to let everyone know how I started panicking immediately, and Mackie was just kept going.
I'm a being of chaos. I know how to go with the flow. It's all good.
Thank God you have you with us. I love how everyone else, like if you look at the screens, everyone else has their internet name, but I'm going by my real name.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that right away.
Oh fuck. This is gonna be rough.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
All right.
It's all good. That happens. I once had my iPod overheat.
Yeah, nostalgia.
It's sitting right on the window. All right.
Yeah, nostalgia. What's everyone's memories before the world was closed?
The pub.
About the same. About the same. About the same. Right now.
Yeah. Well, I'd miss going out and seeing my friends. I certainly do miss that. I certainly miss going on road trips with Brett every once in a while.
Oh, definitely.
As we used to.
Yeah, I personally live the life every recluse dreams of living, but I want to go out.
Brett,
I don't get to do that too often.
Mackie already lives like it's always the coronavirus.
Yeah, I barely
never goes anywhere ever.
Which is unfortunate because I want to go out and do stuff.
Well, you say that, but then at the same time, you're always like, well, I don't really like talking to people.
I mean, that's the truth. Like, I want to go to places when they're not busy, when there's very few people around.
People suck anyway, so I
Yeah.
have to deal with them all day at my job.
Dude, I almost got a position at Coletta.
Really? I seen the STS thing.
Yeah. And
What was the position for?
aviation stocking.
Ah,
I don't have a license, so that's why they couldn't hire me.
Oof.
well, we're doing hiring right now, so we can probably get you eventually. Hopefully get you in. We're looking for people in our department right now. There's 2 people on third shift, me on third shift.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's 3 people on second, me on thirds, and like 4 or 5 on first.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind you being my boss.
Speaking of things that require licenses, after this Corona thing's over, one of the things I plan on doing is I'm gonna take like bartending classes. So I can learn
yeah,
different
dude.
drinks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, do it.
I always wanted to do it myself, just seeing, because my mom was a bartender and I kind of grew up around that.
I want to do it mainly to perfect my hand-eye coordination.
I want to do it as a way to like have that be a part of me forever.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
You'll be my personal bartender.
Yeah. Brett, what do you want? Sex on the beach.
Yeah, I do want that, but not the drink.
We're coughing, but we don't have coronavirus.
No, yeah, we're all perfectly fine.
Yeah, I myself have the nervous tick that I've had forever, and anybody who knows me for real knows that I do this every year.
Speaking of nervous ticks, I used to have this really bad one where I'd like cough in and like breathe in and tilt my head back. I would like take a deep breath. It was weird.
Yeah. Someone's alarm's going off.
My bad.
Yeah.
I thought I turned it on like silent. My bad.
It's nice to think back to before the world was closed. It was a much simpler time when all we had to worry about was Kobe dying in a helicopter crash. Rest in peace, Kobe. And then now that we have to stay home, all that we can think about is how much of a bitch Carol Baskin.
Fuck that bitch Carol Baskin.
Yeah. I think we should go back further than nostalgia. I think we should talk about childhood stories.
Oh, childhood stories. Oh, man.
I was touched.
I was touched. No, mommy, I don't want to go to my uncle's. What stands to reason? Like what, as far as this goes, like what do you think about when you were a kid that today kind of reminds you about, like
being grounded?
Being grounded. What did you get grounded for?
That happened. All sorts of shit, man.
I remember I got in trouble for bringing a girl home once.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. Like speaking of my mom being a part of me, like I have coke and rum running through my veins. That's like
you should
like
get that checked. You should get that checked.
Yeah, that's not very healthy, bud.
That's how it will stay. That is my lifeblood. That's what makes me run.
Fucking A.
I remember like my mom told me a story about when I was a baby, how I'd always go into the fridge and like sit in the fridge as a baby because it would be a hot day outside and I'd get in the fridge. She took a picture of it, but one particular day it was really hot. So I was sitting in the fridge with the beer can in my mouth.
Oh no.
It was unopened and I was sucking at the bottom of it, but it was still kind of funny.
And now look at you.
Look at me. drinking wine, Captain and Coke, and everything in between.
Oh yeah.
I think it's time we bring out the segment things that should not be forgotten. What do you think, boys?
Yeah, I agree with that. But something nostalgic on my end. Not very long story, but something that's gonna stick with me for a long time. Is back when I lived in Germany on a U.S. Army base. I was watching Courage the Cowardly Dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the episode where I believe Eustace was trying to grow something, right? And this creepy head. And I was downstairs.
I remember this episode.
I came back upstairs to, continue watching, and I heard "Get Out" from my ceiling. Not from the TV, from my ceiling. I was scared half to death.
We'll have to tell ghost stories at one point.
Later in life, my mom told me that was my dad. I don't believe it. I don't believe that personally.
Yeah,
but it's something my dad would have done.
Put a walkie-talkie in the walls.
He was probably crawling around in the ceiling. I don't know what he would be doing up there, but
I kind of believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that too. It's something he would have done.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to put my share screen on. And now, all right.
Oh, now I get why you're doing the video as opposed to just having audio. All right, That makes more sense. Because it's funny, a lot of podcasters don't do video, just audio, because they know their listeners are just doing the audios while they're cooking or just sitting doing their homework.
All right, so as far as rightful as we do, because we've been talking about coronavirus and the world closing, it's like that meme from the Avengers. Sorry, Earth is closed today.
Little did we know 2 years later that it really would be.
Sorry, Squidward, Earth is closed today. Pick a side. Pick a side, Lebowski.
Are you here to fix the cable? Because that's been driving me nuts for weeks.
I think it'd be appropriate if we talked about stores since they're not open, specifically retail stores. A lot of them are not open.
A lot of them have a lot of stores shut down before this happened.
Kmart.
Yeah, well, you'll be happy to see, Brett, that some of these pictures that I've taken, especially some of them are our stores in our town. I did some digging, and me and Mackie were up till midnight getting these together.
And then the next day I got the rest of them.
There's 101, right? There should be 101 slides.
Yeah. Some of them we left with no pictures, and the next day I got the rest of them.
Oh, thank God. I would be embarrassed if we did this without pictures. I thought for sure it did pictures for them all. Anyways, all right. The first one is Circuit City.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Let me put the thing right here so they can actually see.
This podcast is not sponsored, unfortunately. So.
By anything that you see here.
Yeah. I mean, why would it be? This is literally
if we
the first
were
episode.
Sponsored by anything, I wish we were sponsored by an alcohol. This is brought to you by PETA. Just kidding.
No.
Long enough.
This is sponsored by GW Zoo.
No.
I'm Joe Exotic.
I'm Joe Exotic. You would be Joe Exotic. I think for next Halloween you should dress up as Joe Exotic.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, you should do it.
I am gay. I've had some kinky sex. I'm broke as shit.
Hey, I remember Circuit City, and I it's always a big Like I remember, I love this story. It was great. It was always great. We have Blockbuster Video. No one should forget about this.
There's one thing I'm never gonna forget. This was like back when Blockbuster was closing down, and I was in high school at the time, and I was a little frustrated because like it was like the last day this Blockbuster Video was open. There was people in there, but the door was locked, and I did what no one should do, and I tried to yank on the doors because I really wanted to go. But
I want my
closed.
DVDs.
I wanted to see what video games they had.
Open up. I love how anyone 21 and older right now has a Blockbuster story. Isn't that, you know, someone's always got a story to tell, and like I think my favorite stories go like, you know, telling about how they have like they probably have a giant late fee. What are they gonna do? Fee me? I actually did my research and I found out that there's one Blockbuster
Still
left.
open. It's in Washington?
I thought it was in California. I'm pretty sure it's in California.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's one Blockbuster open left.
What do you think Blockbuster did with their unsold product? The stores they closed down. What do you think they did with those? Because I don't know.
Probably, I don't know.
I'd pocket it. Ooh.
This is mine.
12 copies of Transformer. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, I also have another Blockbuster Stories video. This was when I was really, really young. When we moved here, there was an employee smoking outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to. This is when they had boxes outside the stores where you could put them in.
Mm-hmm.
So the employee would go in and get it out of the box. There was an employee smoking outside. I went to put it in the box. The employee said that she'd take it from me. So I gave it to her. And keep in mind, she was in like the what is it? They're called smocks, the vest.
Yeah.
And I handed it to her, and I got back in the car, and my mom told me, "Don't just give movies to people." And I tried to explain to her that she was an employee.
Yeah. Even if she looks like an employee, she may not be an employee. Then we have Kmart, and that's actually our Kmart that closed down a while ago, Brett.
Yep. I was in there the last day.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I have a lot of good memories in there too.
Oh, yeah.
I did you like? Are they gonna do anything with it?
I've heard that Coletta bought it. I've heard that somebody else bought it, and then I've also heard that it's just sitting empty, and that's probably what it'll do for a very long time.
It's sad because it's sad to see these businesses go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I kind of want someone to open it and turn it into a parkour gym.
I want somebody to do something with it. This town sucks.
Yeah, parkour gym would be fun. And then there's the RS stores.
Oh yeah, dude.
Although I did hear Toys R Us made a comeback.
Yep, they're slowly but surely coming back.
Yeah, which I'm
that's good.
Very pleased to hear, because it was lit.
I actually heard SpaghettiOs is making a comeback.
SpaghettiOs never fucking left.
I thought they did. Like,
no, I got SpaghettiOs in my cabinet right the fuck now.
Are you sure it isn't from like 2008?
No,
bud?
it's straight up. We bought it recently.
Oh yeah, I bought some.
We stocked up on food because it was because we're in quarantine.
Oh, okay.
Got some fucking SpaghettiOs in my fucking cabinet right now.
I could have sworn that was the point where they went bankrupt.
Nah, SpaghettiOs will forever be a part of everyone's childhood.
You guys ever taken a can of SpaghettiOs, taking a handful of Lay's chips, crush them up, mix them in there, cold, mind you. Great snack.
You know what I made yesterday, Brett, for dinner, for like me and my family? Remember that dip that I made on the Super Bowl day?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was so good. So good.
Oh yeah.
I made that again. Then we have the Burlington Coat Factory.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know they were gone.
Some of these aren't gone. Some of these are just stores that I don't think should ever be out of someone's mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of this segment is like things that should not be forgotten. Some of them are old, some of them are new, some of them are still around, some of them are not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know if Burlington Coat Factory is still around,
I think they are.
but
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
some around.
we kind of scraped the bottom of the barrel. I went down like retail lists just to make sure that we had 100 stores on this list.
Yeah.
I was up. I thought it was going to be done by 8:30, but someone stretched it out to like midnight, and I won't name names, Mackie, but like, you know, Walmart. This isn't our Walmart. I couldn't find our Walmart, but you know, the one in Tawas.
Oh yeah.
This is a nice looking Walmart.
Yeah, I like the flowers out in front.
Mm.
We got family video again, not our family video, but I always know like I like how like some businesses repurpose another like building. That's okay. That's, you know, I think the most recognizable is how they every single one kind of looks the same, and they always
Exact. Oh yeah.
have the tower, the famous family video tower.
You know what's funny about them? Right
What?
now, since they're with the quarantine, they're closed down. But the day before all this happened, I rented a stack of DVDs from them, and since since they're shut down, there's no late fee. I've still got them. I was like, okay, I'll watch these. I've watched them all like a dozen times, and I'm like, I never want to see any of these movies ever again.
Hey Brett, what kind of movies are they?
None of those.
Brett here likes to go into 18 plus all the fucking time.
You know, I like to go old school with it. You know, not just straight
Yeah,
laptop, computer, whatever.
Which, you know, I probably shouldn't be saying this on podcast, but like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you pay for it when you can get it for free online?
I'm special. I just like you put it up on the full screen and you're like, I'm
Everything you
there.
can find in that 18 plus section, you can find on the internet for free.
Yeah, I know. I just like to go old school with it.
I mean, I guess that's fair. Best Buy. They're
Oh,
still
yeah.
around.
Oh yeah, I actually got my PC from Best Buy. I'd show it to you, but my desk is incredibly filthy.
Yeah. My desk ain't looking too good either.
Yours is probably better than mine.
Probably right. Brett's like, I don't have a desk. I'm doing this in my
but
car.
it's full of shit right now.
I'm doing this in my car. Brett, what the hell? We got Target.
Good one.
Target is a nice place to shop. I like Target.
I like the dog, like the.
Oh yeah, Spot.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite thing about Target though is as soon as you go in, you got the smell of popcorn. You know,
Oh yeah.
I love the
True.
Target popcorn. It's the fucking best part about going to Target. I also like the little neon lights they got on the walls and shit.
Yeah.
Those are awesome too. We got Kohl's.
Kohl's. I've never
This
been
is-
in Kohl's.
Neither have I.
I think I've been in a Kohl's.
I just want to point out that some of these stores we don't relate to at all, but I just put it on this list because I think it's important to somebody, and I feel like it's our responsibility to make that known.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I know that some stores are just women's clothing and some stores are just both, and I don't know.
I think they do have men's. I went to the mall in Alpena, and I'm pretty sure that there's a Kohl's up there, and Seth and Carson went into it, but I stayed out and played that quarter machine.
Yeah. I like the one thing that I've noticed that I've like how everything's going online now. Like everything's.
Oh yeah.
and that's my biggest fear because like I know it's convenient and I use it. I do it too. I buy shit online. But I think it's important to, go places, go to these stores,
Yeah. And the biggest example of that, funnily enough, is Netflix and, Blockbuster.
Well, I don't think Netflix was ever really a place you go to. Like they always
Netflix,
mailed it.
Yeah, they sent it to you, and then they went online, and that's what killed Blockbuster. That is a big example.
Yeah. We have JCPenney, which I have a coat from JCPenney, and I like it very much. It's a very soft coat.
I think everybody's gotten clothes from JCPenney.
I've gotten
but
perfume.
It's mostly like...
Well, not perfume. I've gotten cologne. I've gotten cologne from JCPenney.
You got a story you want to tell us there, Drew?
No. I just misused. I said the wrong word. That's all.
That happens. It happens to me all the time.
Shut the fuck up, Brett. We got Sears.
Sears. Oh,
yeah. Sears.
Sears, I have not seen one in a long time.
They were owned by Kmart, or Kmart owned them, or something like that. And
Sears owned Kmart.
Yeah.
Since Sears is going bankrupt, they had to close down the Kmarts.
Yep.
Sears Tower is, I think, one of the most important mentions of Sears.
Yeah.
We got Macy's.
Macy's.
Oh yeah, Macy's Day or Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, I always love watching those on TV.
Oh, definitely.
And we got Forever 21, which is female apparel. Rue 21. I like Rue 21. I go there I'm a big friend of male bracelets and male necklaces. I wear accessories and shit.
I've never stepped foot in a Rue 21.
It's fucking good. It's actually good. What do you think? What did you think, Brett?
I mean, it's not my scene. Definitely not. But it was pretty cool to be in there.
Yeah,
cool things.
I love accessories. I like to wear all the, the bracelets and the necklaces and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And, I go and get clothes from there sometimes whenever I shop. And then Hot Topic. Everyone's got a Hot Topic story.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Not me.
Oh, except for the kid who never goes anywhere. The fucking Calusa doesn't have a Hot Topic story.
Listen. even if I did go out, I'm the type of person who would never step foot in a Hot Topic.
And I understand that, like, you go into Hot Topic, you either look goth or you look outlandish.
Yeah.
But, like, they actually have cool shit at Hot Topic, like graphic tees,
I love going in,
graphic T-shirts and all the. And if you notice, they don't really have pinups anymore. The posters are never. They're all nerd shit. They're never like a model. There's very rarely do you see a model poster. I was never the kid that had posters up, actually. Like
I've got posters up at home right now.
Yeah, and then there's FYE. They sold CDs and nerd apparel.
Oh yeah,
stuff. These closed down apparently, but like I love these. Like I got a lot of my stuff in my room is from this place. They got some cool shit. And this is I like going. My favorite part is going in, and then they have the CD machine, where you can actually put on headphones, and they have a touch screen, and you listen to tidbits of certain CDs, and that would help you buy certain CDs. So I'd sit there and listen to music sometimes. We got Spencer's, which is like it's like Hot Topic, but for hipsters.
It's
pretty cool.
No, okay. I mislooked at the picture. I thought I saw a couple skateboards.
They do sell skateboards, I think.
Oh, they sell
longboards and stuff like that.
I bought a Game of Thrones flask from them.
That's where you got your Game of Thrones flask?
Yep.
I really want a flask.
It's oh yeah.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It's in the car with me right now.
And then we have GameStop, which Mackie hates the fuck out of GameStop.
I
Yeah, fuck
despise
them.
GameStop.
And I but I think we should still pay respect to it since it's like one of the first video game retail stores.
Respect the company, but not its policies.
Exactly.
No, they're
Exactly.
they're making them stay open during all this, and
Really?
risking their employee. Yeah, oh yeah. They're like, you're staying open or you're fucking fired.
Well, that's another reason. Respect the business, not the policies.
Oh yeah. Cough, cough, McDonald's.
And they took over ThinkGeek. That's why I picked this picture specifically because I used to shop on ThinkGeek, and now you can't really shop on it anymore. Like the app no longer exists or some shit, and it's very frustrating. We have Sam's Club, which I have
Oh yeah.
a bunch of stories about Sam's Club. Like it's actually like
It's
a
a
little-
really good place.
it's expensive. Well, sometimes they're expensive.
Yeah.
It really pays to have like a members club, like
Yeah.
a members card.
Oh yeah.
Every
it.
time I've been, it's been really quiet. Like it's a nice, quiet place.
Yeah, it actually kind of is.
Yeah.
It's like the Home Depot of groceries.
Dude, and their hot dogs.
And I realize that now that I'm saying that aloud, it's a very bold statement, but I'm going to stick with it. And we have Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is that every time I step into a Lowe's or Home Depot, like it has its own smell?
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
I don't have any Lowe's stories. I don't think I've ever stepped foot in a Lowe's. I like the commercials that they do though. Like I like.
How many Lowe's could Rob Lowe?
Yeah, I love the Rob Lowe commercials, and I love when they add like the lowest, like they add a T to the whole thing. I like their commercials.
Oh yeah.
We have Menards.
Menards,
Save
great
big
store.
money at
Money at
Menards.
Menards.
I've never heard of this place.
Like
Really?
Before we made this list, I had no idea what a Menards was.
I don't think I don't know if they have it in any place, but I think that's a Michigan thing.
I
It
think
might be
so.
a Michigan thing.
I wish we had one up closer, up here by us.
Yeah, I don't see these very many often. I only stepped into a Menards once.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. They got everything. It's basically like Walmart.
Yeah, well, like I remember listening to the jingle over and over on the radio, like that and that was always one of the fun parts.
Oh God,
Bed Bath Beyond.
spent way too long in those fucking stores.
Really?
Oh yeah,
See, I don't see you being the kind of person that stepped foot in one of these stores.
it wasn't my choice. I was trying to get with a girl.
Oh, you were trying to get with a girl. That explains it. Brett will do anything for if he likes a girl. He'll go in any store.
I'll go any store, watch any movie, any of that bullshit.
Yeah, he'll watch The Notebook.
Mm.
Brett's like, calm the
cutting
fuck
it.
down there.
yeah,
Calm the fuck down.
Simmer down.
Simmer down now. ABC Warehouse. See, I always used to hear about this on like the radio. Like they have commercials on the radio, but other than that, like I know nothing about it. Other than that it sells like appliances and furniture, shit. Homeware. Then there's Pier 1 Imports, which they actually kind of have like artsy shit, like
Oh yeah, been in
cool
there before.
vases and shit. Cool ass furniture in there actually. Then we got Bath and Body Works.
That looks like a considerably small space.
It's in
I
a
spent
mall
way too much time in that store too.
for other reasons, right?
Nope, same reasons. But in my defense, I love candles, so I'll go in there.
I like scented
Ooh.
candles too. I like
Ooh.
scented candles as much as the next guy.
I think
I've got
that
a whole
leads us
door
into
full.
our next. I think that leads us into our next one too.
Yankee Candle.
Yankee Candle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to Yankee Candle.
Yep. I'll be walking by and I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna swing in here.
I've been
Yeah,
there.
I've been known to stop in. Like I actually have a coffee scented candle and I love it. Like,
I've been
it's
there a
really
few
good.
times, specifically like on my DECA trips. Shout out to like the DECA club, back in my high school, and like when we were like during competitions in between, we'd like go around the borough in the square, and I'd end up at Yankee Candle the 2 times that I managed to go to competition.
Hmm.
I never
We
bought anything, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
We got the Home Depot.
oh yeah. Got lost on there
And
one time.
I got some good. I got a long.
Every
running
time I
thing with
step
Home
in,
Depot.
every time I step into one of these, like I have a new project idea. Like
Always, yep.
I remember going into this with my buddy Antonio, and then we went to like metal pipes, and I'm like, I want to build like a homemade lightsaber, like one of the I want to build a hilt, like those other people do. They always
I'll
build
show
the
you. I
hilts
got
and shit.
there's these screws that we have at work for aircraft. They're like that long and they're like that thick, but they're like solid metal. And we were gonna throw a bunch out, and my boss was like, "Go ahead and you guys can pick whatever you want out of the scrap bin before we dump it." And I was like, I think I have 2 or 3 of them, and I'll have to send one your way. And I'll show you a picture of it later, but they're actually perfect for making lightsabers.
Nice.
I actually have a long running thing with the Home Depot gas station during my senior year of high school. We would go there almost every morning, and we'd get like hot dogs for breakfast. I know sounds incredibly unhealthy. This is before they switched from like This is before they switched from like Oscar Mayer to, I think it was I forget the other hot dog brand they switched to. But dude, I'd layer that motherfucker with cheese, jalapenos, onions.
Sounds good. I'm always up for a coney dog, honestly. I love chili. I love chili on a hot dog.
I just love hot dogs.
Yeah.
Dude,
I bet
your dog
you do.
14?
Dude, your dog. Office Depot. They sell office supplies.
Yes, they do.
We don't really have any stories for that, do we?
No, I don't. If anything, I've only been in an Office Depot once.
I don't remember stepping foot in one myself.
I don't think there are any around us.
Yeah. Meyer. Now that's a Michigan thing. That is definitely a Michigan thing.
Oh yeah. You ever been kicked out of a Myers?
No.
It's super easy. They'll boot you out for just about anything.
Really?
Oh yeah. We went in. There was like 6 of us. We all had duck calls, so they all scattered to corners of the stores and a couple of us in the middle. And we texted each other and said at like, I think it was like 5 o'clock on the dot, we blow the horns. And sure enough, 5 o'clock on the dot, everybody starts tooting their duck calls, and the undercover shoppers and all the employees scattered trying to find us. And we just slipped out and then took off before we got out.
Did you come back the next day and like, yeah, you can't be here anymore?
No, but we got kicked out one time around Halloween for dicking around with the Halloween masks.
Oh, yeah.
And jousting.
You know, and it just makes me, because I love Myers. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love everything about Myers. I remember, like, one time I actually tried to get kicked out of a Walmart. And it didn't work.
I've done that before.
Actually, it's not, because I tried and I failed. No one came up to me.
You got to make rape kits and then just start yelling at people.
Oh, my God.
But I don't condone making rape kits. Just for that.
Yeah. We don't condone anything. I put a disclaimer on every one of our videos. We don't condone anything Brett does or says.
And don't look him in the eyes.
Don't look him in the eye. Barnes and Noble.
I've been into one.
Brett doesn't read.
I can't read.
Brett doesn't know how to read.
I was homeschooled, okay?
Yeah. I like I like going to Barnes and Nobles. I like sitting reading a book, having a cup of coffee, enjoying life. It's very nice and quiet, and I like it. It's a very peaceful place to be.
It is. Oh,
yeah. We have Gordon Food Service.
Food Center. Whoop.
Yeah. It's always so good because you can buy shit in bulk.
Oh yeah.
Industrial amounts of food.
That's where like all the camps, like Camp Bear Cow, the YMCA camps, a lot of them get their food from there.
Like whenever, like I love grocery shopping here because you look like you're stocking up for a grocery store and not your house.
That's when before the quarantine struck, when they announced that they were going to be locking shit down. My parents were on their way back from Florida, stopped in, and my dad bought like 150 pounds of flour. It was just a bag of flour, and they
Yeah.
just bought a bunch of stuff. And they're like, "Oh well, we've got 8 kids at home, so you know."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool."
And we got Staples.
Staples. I think I've been in there.
That was easy.
I had to. I love this thing. Like I bought it at it, and I've always it's always been on my desk ever since. Like I love it.
I'm
That
back.
was easy.
That was easy. Any Staples stories, Mackie?
Not many. I've been a few times, but there's not really anything notable.
I recommend that you guys get one of these. It's fucking beautiful.
I don't know where I can even find one anymore. I probably have to go
They
online.
sell it at the store.
Not anymore. Not
No?
At least not down here.
Like, go to a different Staples then.
That was easy.
I think they stopped selling them at some point.
But that's dumb because this is the best thing ever. This is the greatest. You don't have a desk until you have one of these.
Well, shit.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Well,
Brett. Going straight to the inappropriateness.
I was just in a Dick's the other day.
We got Radio Shack. We used to
Radio
have
Shack.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Does ours close or is it still there? Is it it should be in that Kmart Plaza.
Yeah,
Last time I looked.
I honest to God don't know. I think it's closed, but
I mean, they're dwindling. you know.
yeah.
They're very few. We got Cabela's, which I like. I'll go on it. I enjoy that mountain.
Oh, dude, you're in the
That
fish
mountain
tank?
that they have. I love the aquarium, but I like the mountain even better. You know that
Oh,
big
yeah.
ass fucking mountain in the middle of the store. I love that
Oh yeah.
with all the taxidermy animals. I love looking. That's my favorite thing. We go into a Cabela's. We got Yonkers.
I've never been in there.
It's a female store. My mom
Oh,
used to
cool.
love it, and I had to tell her it was closed down, and she was sad. We got Dress Barn. My mom used to work at a Dress Barn.
Really?
Yeah. Before she had me, I think. Big Lots.
Big Lots. Oh yeah.
Love
Should go
going
there
in
all the
here.
time.
Love going in here. Then we got Ben Franklin. We got one in Tawas.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's just a cool place.
It's, you can't like bum around the streets of Tawas and not go into
Without
Ben
stopping in
Franklin
there. Oh yeah.
without stopping into Ben Franklin. It's like it's not only a necessity, it's like an impulse. Like everyone
It is, you're like-
gradually eventually goes in there.
Oh yeah. You know, I might stop in. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop in.
Yeah. And I got some pretty cool shit there too.
I
Like-
do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I got my first fidget spinner from there.
I got a couple of rings from them.
Yeah. We got Costco because
Costco.
Costco keeps the cost low.
I've never
What?
been in Costco before.
Once again, I've never been in a Costco either. Once again, we are not sponsored by any of the stores you see here today.
Unfortunately.
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar. I'm actually heading to one after we finish this.
Yeah. That's nice. We got Dollar General.
Dollar General.
we got
Oh
one.
yeah.
don't-
There's one in Oscoda, one
Yeah.
in Lincoln, and one in Harrisville.
Yeah. I know of the one in Harrisville and the one in Oscoda.
The one in Lincoln, just a whole Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. I like I think their logo is aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
Where the tree trunk is like the number one. It's very pleasing to the eye. And we got Five Below. Another good dollar store. Marshall's.
Marshall's. Oh yeah. Dr. Barf.
TJ Maxx, Kroger.
Kroger. Oh, I miss Kroger.
Kroger's pretty fresh. Got fresh shit. We got Walgreens at the corner of happy and healthy. I've been to a couple Walgreens. It's almost like, Rite Aid.
Oh, yeah.
That's our Rite Aid, by the way. An older picture of our Rite Aid.
Oh, yeah, because now they got all those pillars along them.
Yeah. And they got that red box too sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
CVS Pharmacy.
Oh,
No, don't.
American Eagle. I love this store though. Like, I like to get shirts here. I like shirts from American Eagle. And this is something Mackie put. I've never heard of it or been there.
I love Academy Sports and Outdoors. I actually got part of like a mask for a costume there. And if you ever been to an academy, like they have like stuff for joggers, archers, boxers. They have weight stuff. They have a lot of stuff there. It's a good place.
Gap.
Yep.
Anybody who likes fashionable clothes goes to Gap.
No, you know me. I ain't fashionable.
Yeah. You buy your shit at Salvation Army.
Bro, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt right now.
Yeah. I actually got a couple new ones. Hawaiian shirts. Men's Warehouse.
Then,
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
oh. I want to go to a Men's Warehouse.
It seems so expensive, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's expensive to buy suits.
Oh, I know.
Like, my suits don't really fit me that well anymore.
When I bought a suit for Ashley's wedding, I had the shirt from Walmart, I bought the suit pants from Goodwill, and the jacket from St. Vinny's.
I was gonna say something about, like, I feel like Brett would be the kind of person that shows up in a Hawaiian shirt and shorts at a wedding.
That's exactly how I plan to live my life.
But, like, I can see Brett being the dime store tuxedo kind of guy. Like, for a wedding, he'll buy he'll go to the dime store and buy a tuxedo.
It might fall apart, but hey.
It's got a couple holes in the ass, but
I think that's why it should be like, one of the things you should learn to do in life is like make your own clothes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Old Navy. I love Old Navy. I went shopping there before Christmas and bought myself some new clothes, and it was great. Jared.
Jewelry store.
The jewelry store. Take notes, fellas. She wants a diamond ring. She wants it from Jared's or K Jewelers, because we all know every kiss begins with K.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Then there's Bass Pro Shop, which is part of Cabela's, but I think it should be separate because it's equally good.
Fucking love that place.
I love fishing. It's just about the outdoor thing that I like to do because I don't really hunt. I fucking love to fish. So, like,
fishing is a really calming activity. Even if you're not there to catch fish, you're just there to just enjoy the nature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I won't be able to go this
drinking
fucking
beer
year because we always
and fish for a little bit.
Yeah. We got Blueberry Jewelry, which
that's in Tawas, ain't it?
that's in Tawas, and there's only one. But I feel like it should deserve an honorable mention just for being local.
Oh yeah.
So, Blueberry Jewelry. And then Mackie told me about Play and Trade, and I'm like,
it is a
great
awesome place. It is a great place. I actually got a copy of Bakugan Battle Brawlers for like $1.99.
Yeah, fuck GameStop. I'm gonna go to Play Trade from now on.
Yeah, exactly.
Plato's Closet.
Isn't that
I actually don't know. I actually have no idea.
I also added this one because like there's a Play-Doh closet out right next to the play-in trade that I go to. Like right next to.
Yeah. And we have family fair. This is
Family
our family fair.
Amen.
Amen.
Salvation Army, all of that place.
Yeah. I bet you do. Yeah, Goodwill.
Goodwill.
H&M. Aeropostale.
Boston.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Not my kind of place. Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. Yeah.
I
Black
felt the
and
need.
Decker.
I felt the need to add this store for you.
No, if I ever marry a black girl, it would be Black and Decker. Ace Hardware.
We don't have one anymore, do we?
No, it's Rogers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Banana Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Another store I haven't been to.
Sunglasses Hut, a store I've been to. Payless.
Hey, I've been there before.
They
Down in
have
Saginaw.
Foot Locker.
Foot Locker.
They never have shoes in my size.
Ulta Beauty. For makeup and stuff.
Wow.
CJ Banks.
Yeah, heard of them. Some time in there before.
Yeah.
Serta
Serta
mattress.
mattresses.
Yes.
Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Coach.
McKay's. McKay's is a really good store. It's got
Hey,
everything. It's got video
Mackie,
games.
what number are we at though?
We're at 83.
83.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on, go back. Hold on. Let me tell you what's going on in
Well, we
McKay's.
kind of gotta wrap this up a little bit. Actually.
I know, but it's got things like video games, comics, discs, the CD discs, records and such.
Mm-hmm.
We got Party City.
Oh yeah. Party City.
I bought my Freddy Krueger claw for that and that.
Dunham's. I was in a Dunham's a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Edible arrangements.
Never been to one. Never
Never
heard much about
even
it,
ordered.
actually. Yeah.
Mattress King.
Shoe Carnival.
Shoe Carnival.
Finish.
Another shoe store.
And funnily enough, this is like the portion of the list where we were having trouble finding stories.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of BSing our way through.
Yeah,
and
we're
for
scraping
those-
out the
for
bottom of
those-
the barrel.
For those listening, making a list of stores is harder than it sounds.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
I've
Food
never
Lion.
heard of this. This is new. Did you add this? Food Lion?
Yeah, we added that. We added that when we talked. Food Lion is a grocery store. For those of you who know, it's there's not much I can say about Food Lion because I've only been like once or twice, so I can't say if it's like a higher end grocery store or not. But like I think that's what it might be.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have All Day. The one of the notable things about this is to get a cart, they have like seat belt buckles attached to the cart, and to get it, you got to stick a quarter in the thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. Those are annoying.
Joanne Fabrics.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
My mom goes
Been to a
there
couple
all the
times.
time. All the time, my mom goes.
I always seem to have a craft project every time I go in there. I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this.
Georgia own mommy. I probably just
Ask him. My dad knows him. Glitz.
Glitz.
No, I'm not entirely sure what this is.
I don't know either. I read shoot.
Good, moving on.
Guitar
Guitar
Center.
Yeah.
No
I think
Stairway to
ev-
Heaven.
No Stairway to Heaven.
I think everybody's been to instrument store at least once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jamboree.
Gymboree.
Mm-hmm.
We have a store called Guess.
Hey guys, guess.
Oh.
That's the worst joke of this podcast, everyone. Halloween.
Halloween.
Mall
Express.
closes
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Halloween Express.
Halloween.
I'll get up in this.
Haynes.
I didn't know they were an actual store, though.
Yeah. We got Hobby Lobby, most
Been
important.
there before.
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby's a good place to go. And then Sephora, which I know nothing about.
And it looks like that's it.
Yeah, that's the end of our list.
Excellent.
Yeah, indeed. But
I'm out of time. Like I got my
Why?
stuff is starting to overlap now
um,
because I'm gonna go shooting.
oh, why didn't we shoot this at like? Oh wait, no, never mind. I was about to ask a dumb question.
Anyways, thank you all for joining us.
Amen.
I'm Robo.
I'm Double Decker.
I am Kenneth Chaos. I hope you enjoyed your stay.
And I hope you guys enjoy the next episode we post. We'll be posting frequently now, I guess.
Yes,
We
hopefully.
have nothing else better to do.
Exactly.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
We're good,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.